Welcome to my channel, Mystic Door Tarot. My name is Barb, and the reading today is for Friday, August 23rd, 2019. Thank you to my loyal subscribers, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. As some of you know, today is Feature Friday. Each Friday, I will try to feature a different deck with a little of the history behind it. And today, I have the Steampunk Tarot deck. Barbara Moore and Alistair Fell are the team behind this wonderful deck. And I do have, there's a picture of them in the book that came with it. Let's see if I can. That's Barbara Moore, dressed in her Victorian garb. And Alistair, or Allie Fell. Fun. Now, Barbara has been involved with tarot personally and professionally for over 2 decades. Today, she continues her tarot journey, learning and sharing her ideas through writing and teaching. And she has several books and decks that are available out there. Now, Alistair was originally an animator on TV shows and into computer gaming before he ventured into illustrating. This UK-based illustrator now favors illustrating strong female characters. He is the co-editor of 2 fantasy art collections. He enjoys traveling with his wife to as many places as they can and is still fairly active on the goth scene. So how did this deck come to be? In around 2005, Barbara bought a necklace on Etsy and she saw that it was tagged steampunk. She wasn't too familiar with that word, and when she looked it up, she knew exactly what it was referring to. She loved this necklace and also had a love for the Victorian era. So after some conversations with friends, the decision to create a steampunk tarot deck was born. And she felt that steampunk starts with what is Victorian era, then imagine adding different elements, futuristic technology, and see what happens. And she searched for several weeks before before coming to the artist Allie Fell. And here's what they created together. Okay, there's a lot of work that goes into the tarot cards. Let me see if I can show you some of the things here. We've got the 8 of Pentacles, and I don't know how good this is going to come up. I wanted to show you, I think you can see it. That's how it starts, where she would send a script to Allie, and he would first sketch something, and look at the difference between, the first sketch and then this was the final outcome. So 78 of those. So let's see, and just up close, that is the finished product right there. And there was one card in particular that they really disagreed on. And let me show you here. I got a picture of. And on the left here is what Alistair liked. And on the right, this is what Barbara liked. And this is the Major Arcana card Strength, is what they had big disagreements on. And so here is the winner. Yep, Barbara won out on that one. She wanted it to pretty much make sure the lemniscate was in there for the strength card. That's important. And so even though the lion's looking sad, the woman is not as sad as the other one seemed to be. Now, since these probably aren't too bad showing you these pictures I ran off, just bigger ones. Can you see the light, the 3 of Pentacles here? Can you see the light coming through here? A lot of the cards have this. So this is some of the favorites of the two that collaborated together. And here was their other favorite. Oh, let me show you. That's what the actual card looks like. So it's really beautiful. A lot of work goes into this. Here's the other one, 3 of Cups, with the light coming in this way. And then the actual card here, where you can really see the finished product. Okay. Wanted to show you the court cards in this deck. The Page of Wands, Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands, King of Wands, Page of Swords, Knight of Swords, Queen of Swords, and the King of Swords. Really, I thought these were really fabulous and wanted to show them to you. And I had to put them on this background so that you could actually see the cards, because they are dark, and my table I always use is dark. So let me cue up the next. Okay, and here's the rest of the court cards. The Page of Cups, Knight of Cups, Queen of Cups, and the King of Cups. Page of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and then the King of Pentacles. This one's kind of my favorite, and it does happen to be on the cover of her book. But this is my favorite. This one reminds me of my own daughter, so I'm partial to this one. And she dabbles in the tarot as well. So she's taking a break from it right now, but I hope she does go back to it. She's shows great promise with the tarot reading. And we need all the light workers and intuitive guides out there as much as possible to help everyone. So anyway, but that's one of my favorites. And I always think of her when I see that card. So hold on, and I will cue up some more. Okay, I'm just going to run through just a few of these. 6 of Pentacles here. There's really an awful lot of detail in this, and I'm hoping it's going to focus. But Wheel of Fortune. Interesting 9 of Swords, kind of scary. 2 of Pentacles, I thought this was very different too. The Ace of Pentacles. Oh, and we have the Ace of Wands. The Fool. This was interesting, the 8 of Wands being shot out of this device here. Full steam ahead. The 8 of Cups, this was an interesting 8 of Cups, because usually, and it is behind the figure here, but presented in a very different way. And the World. And the Tower. And the last one, got to be one of my favorites of the deck, the High Priestess. Okay, give me a moment and I will cue up the reading for today. Okay, now on to today's reading for Friday, August 23rd, 2019. And of course, today for Feature Friday, I am using the Steampunk Tarot deck and the Eternal Crystals Oracle cards. This is a new one that I have. And all the information is below. So first off, we have the 4 of Cups, followed by the 6 of Cups, and next, the 7 of Cups. Interesting that we have all cups today. This will have to do with feelings and emotions for sure. So, first with the Four of Cups. In general, this card means boredom and dissatisfaction. Let's look at this card in this deck. We see this gentleman as he gazes upon the three chalices there. He's been looking at them for a very long time. And the longer he stares at them, the unhappier he becomes. Nothing is going to come of him staying in this state of mind. And if he continues to stay this way, all this boredom will zap all his energy and zest for life. He doesn't seem to notice the beautiful chalice up there on the shelf above. The message here is that life is not always thrilling. We have our ups and downs to deal with. Sometimes boredom can seep in. The best thing, though, is not to get stuck. Take time to contemplate, but then seek out inspiration to move on. The number 4 is about stability, rationality, structure, and rules. It's the practical parts of life and being self-disciplined. Next, the 6 of Cups. This card represents nostalgia and happy memories. You might be thinking back to your childhood of some happy memory. Could be that someone or something from your past will be useful to you now. Sometimes our past experiences give the best guidance. Today could be a day to do something nice for another. Those random acts of kindness. Pay for someone's coffee this morning, or bring in some flowers for your assistant to show appreciation for all they do. Open the door for someone who has their arms full. Things like that can really make someone's day. And in this card, we see here the young girl is receiving flowers, and she'll remember his kindness long after the flowers have faded away. Now, something from your past is calling you today, or someone from your past might show up today. You might have a reconnection with an old friend or colleague, someone who you haven't seen in a long time. Such happy memories. Now on to the 7 of Cups. This is your dreams and desires card. We can get lost in a sense of confusion and be daydreaming. As we see this young fellow here. Look at that. He's just staring. He's carefully taking all the time he needs to study each cup and the contents. So many choices. His emotions are just utterly engaged in each cup. And there's potential possibilities for each one. He could spend all day here, lost in daydreams. When creativity and emotions are involved, things can get a bit fuzzy. Our dreams and desires and romantic notions can cast an attractive haze over our options. This card is actually telling us that having this many choices can be troublesome, especially if we take too long to decide and then an option disappears. Think about how long you want to stand and contemplate. Opportunities can come and go while you do. And this has a lot to do with our 4 of Cups card here. If there's a lot of stagnation as represented by this card here, then it's telling us to shake things up in order to recognize different paths that you can take. And now the number 7 represents forces that must be dealt with that are usually beyond our control. It's our spiritual life, looking within, wisdom, and the larger meaning of a situation. So in summary, for all these cups today, with the 4 of Cups, We are unhappy and bored, maybe stuck in our thoughts. And the Six of Cups has us thinking about the good old days, as if to escape our current reality, still stuck in our thoughts. And the Seven of Cups here, giving us so many choices to think over and weigh the pros and cons of each and every one. We continue to be stuck in our thoughts to an extent of a dreamlike state. And I really find it interesting and a relief that the Five of Cups was skipped over in this reading. We've got the 4, the 6, and the 7. That would have put a negative spin on the whole situation, even though we're doing all this daydreaming, and so this is keeping us from focusing on the here and now. So we need to shake things up. Decide what you truly want from life. Decide who you want to be with and what kind of job you want to invest your time with and what kind of future that you want and deserve to have. Now for the crystal energy today. Zinsight. And this is the new Eternal Crystals Oracle cards. And that's the back. I thought that was really pretty too. So this has got to do with the physical body and the root chakra. And this is the perfect crystal for us today. The root chakra is represented by the color red, which is also an indication for the need of logic, realistic thinking, and order in our lives. We need it for all that cup energy there. This is the first chakra and located at the base of the spine. So it provides the foundation on which we build our life. This is a strong message to pay attention to our physical body. You know what is good and maybe not so good for your own body. You know what food and drinks are good for your body. This crystal card is telling us to pay attention to how our body feels after certain foods or drinks. It's time to get back in touch with your physical body and find a healthy balance for yourself through exercise, food, drink, and socializing. Zinsight is a powerful crystal which can remove energy blocks. And it certainly can help with the stuck energy of the 4, 6, and 7 of Cups in our reading today. It can bring out your own personal power, creativity, and physical energy. And we need that with this reading. Now, the spread today, the 3 cards, adds up to 17, which reduces to 8, and that's abundance. Hopefully, we will receive an abundance of energy to release us from this dreamlike state of mind that seems we're all going to have today. Thank you for joining me today for Feature Friday. I hope you enjoyed learning about the Steampunk Tarot deck. Please subscribe and share. Love, light, and abundance to all of you. Until tomorrow.